Hello everyone, this is Mallikarjun, working as assistant professor in the department of IARE. Today we are going to discuss about transient response of series RLC circuit when an AC supply is given. So we are trying to analyze the behavior and we are trying to calculate the transient response of a combination of passive elements called R, L and C when they are connected in series. So this is the next topic. What is the continuation of the previous topic what we have discussed, that is transient response of series RC circuit with respect to AC supply. Today we are going to discuss about transient response of series RLC circuit with AC supply. Series RLC circuit with AC supply. First we will go with the circuit diagram representation of a series RLC circuit. So the name itself is indicating that it need to have three number of passive elements, that is a resistor, an inductor and also a capacitor. And how they need to be connected? They need to be connected in series. They need to be connected in series. Let me name the resistor as R, let me name the inductor as L and let me name the capacitor as C. Let me name the capacitor as C. So for this series RLC circuit, I need to give an AC supply. I need to give an AC supply. Let me say that the AC voltage is represented as some V equal to Vm of sin omega t plus phi. So this is the standard representation of an AC sinusoidal voltage. AC sinusoidal voltage. So I have taken three passive elements and they are connected in series. I have given an AC supply for it and I am trying to calculate the transient response. Here the transient response can be analyzed for a particular type of circuit or a particular combinational circuit with respect to the presence of a switch. Let me say that here the switch S is connected in a circuit. Switch S is connected in a circuit. So depending upon the two operations of a switch, that is opening the switch and closing the switch, we are trying to calculate or analyze the behavior of this particular series RLC circuit with an AC supply, and we will finally calculate the transient response of a circuit. So initially, when we see the circuit, the switch is in open condition. So at t equal to 0 minus, when the switch is open, the current flowing in the circuit is 0. Whatever it may be the circuit, it may consist of n number of elements. If there is an open path present in the form of a switch or the circuit is break, then automatically the current flowing in that particular circuit will be equal to 0. So at the initial conditions, when the switch is open at t equal to 0 minus, the current flowing in the circuit is 0. I can clearly say that as the current flowing in the circuit is 0, there is no initial current that is flowing in the circuit. Either it may be through the inductor, or it may be through the capacitor, or it may be through the resistor. Initially, the current flowing in the circuit is 0. Now, I want to analyze the same circuit behavior when the switch S is closed. Let me say that the switch S is closed at t equal to 0 plus. At t equal to 0 plus, when I am trying to close the value of switch S, so it will become a closed path as that of it is shown in the figure. When it consists of a closed path, I can calculate the value of current that is flowing in the circuit. Not only the current that is flowing in the circuit, I can calculate the currents across each element that is present in the circuit and also the voltage across each element that is present in a circuit. So now it is completely a closed path. I need to calculate the value of a current. In order to calculate the value of a current for the above circuit when the switch S is closed at t equal to 0 minus, I need to apply the basic concepts of electric circuit, that is what? KVL. That is what? KVL. KVL is nothing but what? Kirchhoff's voltage law. The algebraic sum of voltages in a closed path should be equal to 0, or else the supply voltage should be equal to voltage drop across each element that is connected in a circuit. So what is the general expression after applying KVL? V equal to VR plus VL plus VC, where V is the supply voltage, VR is the voltage across the resistor, VL is the voltage across the inductor, and VC is the voltage across the capacitor. And VC is the voltage across the capacitor. Now you know the individual voltage drop across each passive element that is connected in the circuit. The voltage across the resistor in general is taken as I into R. The voltage across the inductor in general it is given as what? 1 by L into integral of I dt, di by L into di by dt. And VC is given as what? 1 by C into integration of I dt. So you know the voltage across the resistor, you know the voltage across the inductor, and you know the voltage across the capacitor. Substitute all these individual voltage drops in the above KVL expression with respect to the supply voltage what you given to that, you will get this particular expression after applying the KVL. This is VR, this is VL, and this is VC, and this is expression for the supply voltage. V equal to VR plus VL plus VC. So this is the expression I got by applying the KVL in the above circuit when the switch S is closed at t equal to 0 minus. Now what is my ultimate aim here? My ultimate goal is to calculate the transient response of a given series RLC circuit. Here calculating the transient response is nothing but what? Calculating the complete response of a current. So in order to calculate the complete response of a current, I want to make, as I need to get the expression for the value of a current in the particular expression, whatever I have obtained earlier after applying KVL, I need to make certain modifications to it. So in order to make that particular modifications, the first step, whatever I am considering is differentiating the above equation with respect to t. So I am trying to differentiate the equation which is obtained by applying the KVL for the above circuit, and after applying differentiating, I am going to get this particular expression. So I into R can be rewritten as, after differentiation, R into di by dt. L into di by dt can be written as L into d square I by dt square plus 1 by c integration of I can be written as 1 by c into I equal to omega Vm cos omega t plus theta. And after this particular step, I want to replace the value of di by dt or d by dt as some t. So in order to represent each and every time, just I am replacing the value of d by dt as d, and this is the final expression which is obtained after applying KVL and after differentiating the above equation with respect to the equation which is obtained from the KVL. Now this is the final expression I got. But here my ultimate goal is not to calculate the expression of particular current. Here I am trying to analyze the total response of a current, where the total response or complete response is divided for such type of circuits into two parts. One is nothing but what? Complementary integral, and the other is nothing but what? Particular integral. So if I want to calculate the complete response of a current, I need to get the two solutions of a current. One is with respect to the complementary integral and the other is with respect to the particular integral. Where this complementary integral will give you the transient response of a circuit and this particular integral will give you the steady state response of a circuit. By combining the solutions which is obtained individually, we will get the complete response of a circuit. So in general, in order to calculate the complementary integral or transient response of a circuit, as we know that we have calculated the response for such type of circuits when they are connected in series earlier, that expression, the transient response is directly given as ITR equal to K1 into e to the power of minus T by RC. This will give you an idea about the transient response of a circuit. Coming to the next one, you need to calculate the steady state response now. So steady state response can be obtained by using the different mathematical methods here. So this is the characteristic equation which is obtained from the above expression. And in order to calculate the steady state response, I am utilizing this particular expression here, where the expression is given as d square plus r by L into d plus 1 by LC equal to 0. And in order to calculate the response of this particular system or steady state response of this particular system, I need to find the roots of the above quadratic equation which is obtained. Where that quadratic equation is called as what? Characteristic equation. First you need to find the roots, and depending upon the roots obtained, we are trying to get the solution of the current with the steady state response with respect to defined roots. So by using this particular formula, that is minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac by 2a, I will try to find the roots of the above quadratic equation or characteristic equation, and these are the roots that are obtained by this particular thing. So what is the roots obtained here? M1 and M2. Let me say that the M1 and M2 are the roots of the above characteristic equation. The roots are obtained as minus r by 2l plus or minus 1 by 2 under root of r by l whole square minus 4 by LC. So if I want to make it as a positive and negative roots, M1 can be considered as a positive sign in the middle and M2 can be considered as a negative root. So in order to calculate the steady state response, first I have taken the characteristic equation, then I have started finding out the roots by using the standard form. Then after standardizing the roots, I am dividing it into two parts. One is with respect to a positive root and the other is nothing but a negative root. Coming to the next expression. So whatever the roots I have got, if the roots are real and different roots, if the roots which are obtained in the above characteristic equation are real and different roots, then this is the solution that can be written directly. If the roots are real and equal roots, this is the solution. If the roots are complex conjugate roots, this is the solution. Now again, I am using the expression of current from what? From KVL, which is obtained in the earlier, and this is the expression of a current. Now what I will do is nothing but, in order to find the steady state response of a current, as we have used the earlier methods called what? Rationalization, and after completion of rationalization, you need to substitute the value of d square as minus omega square. By using these two mathematics techniques, I am trying to calculate the steady state response of a circuit. So depending upon the parameters that are present in the denominator, we need to rationalize this particular expression by taking minus and plus symbols as alternative here. So depending upon that, I am trying to rationalize the above expression of current by using this particular expression called what? D square plus 1 by LC minus R by L into D. And after applying the rationalization technique to the above expression of steady state current, I want to replace the value of d square as minus omega square. I want to replace the d square as what? Minus omega square. So I am trying to analyze after that particular thing. As we are taking the rationalization, the above expression, the denominator expression will behave as a plus b into a minus b, which can be written as what? A square minus b square. So this is a term d square plus 1 by LC whole square minus r by L into d whole square, that is a square minus b square. And again, after that particular expression and after this particular thing, I want to replace the value of d square as minus omega square. After replacing the value of d square as minus omega square, this is the expression for the steady state current which is obtained. Omega Vm by L into 1 by LC minus omega square minus r by L into d is the one parameter. Cos of omega t plus theta is one more parameter, and this is the expression which can be written in the form of a square minus b square. A square minus b square. So these are all the expressions which are obtained by using two mathematical requirements. One is nothing but what? A rationalization concept with respect to the parameter that is present in the denominator, and then one is replacing the value of d square as minus omega square. Replacing the value of d square as what? Minus omega square. So after applying many mathematical techniques and by taking the common parameter that are present in the circuit, we can have a common parameters in the plus, minus, and after obtaining all those things, this is the value of expression of a steady state current that is obtained finally, which is stated as Vm by Z of R by Z into sine of omega t plus theta minus omega L minus 1 by omega c by Z into cos of omega t plus theta. Now, by using the impedance triangle approach as that of what we have done in the previous topics, I am trying to analyze the combinations that are present in the circuit, and I will take an impedance triangle, and by using impedance triangle, I will calculate the value of cos alpha and sin alpha, and I will replace those parameters in the above expression of steady state current. So this is the impedance triangle which is obtained here. Now the value of cos alpha is considered as what? It is considered as this particular expression, that is R by Z, and the value of sin alpha is considered as what? Omega L minus 1 by omega C by Z. And after replacing that, I am going to get the expression like cos A sin B minus sin B cos B, which can be written as sin A sin of A minus B. So after using the impedance triangle approach, the expression is for steady state current is rewritten as Vm by Z of cos alpha into sin of omega t plus theta minus sin alpha into cos of omega t plus theta. Cos A sin B minus sin A cos B, which can be written as sin of A minus B. Which can be written as sin of A minus B. So this is the total expression for the sinusoidal steady state response of a current which is obtained. But here we are not trying to calculate only the steady state response or transient response individually. Here we are trying to calculate the total response of a current or complete solution of a current. So which can be treated as I equal to ITR, that is transient response of a current, plus I is steady state response of a current. So whatever the transient response obtained, please substitute here, and this is the steady state response obtained. By combining these two parameters, we are going to get the complete solution of a current. But you can see here, in case of a transient response of a current, there are two constant parameters that are present, C1 and C2, and here we can calculate the value of C1 and C2 by using the initial conditions of a switch, that is at t equal to 0 minus the current flowing in the circuit is 0. By utilizing that particular conditions, you can get the value of C1 and C2. After substituting, you will get the final value or complete solution or total solution of a current. This is how you need to calculate the different types of responses for a series RLC circuit with an AC supply. We'll meet in the next class and we will discuss about this some other combinations. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.